If you're joining us, my name is Gavin Hill. With me today is Tammy Moskites, Venafi CISO and CIO. We're discussing the changing role of the CISO. Tammy, thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Tammy, you've been traveling the globe pretty extensively since joining Venafi in Q1 of this year. Tell us a little bit more about those meetings and what's your primary takeaways?
The meetings have been very informative both ways. Getting not only talking about Venafi to the CISOs and CIOs that we've met with, but I'm actually getting to talk strategy and helping them understand why I made the move to Venafi and also what other types of activities that are going on in their environment that are top of mind for them. Educational awareness has been a great opportunity to teach or expand on the knowledge around keys and certificates. And the knowledge going back and forth has been very exciting.
So if you were to sum it up, what's I'd say the one key point from an advisory perspective that you've been advising your fellow CISOs that you've been meeting with?
Well, if you look at the profile of the tools that they use in their environment, defense in-depth strategies such as IDS, IPS, firewalls, et cetera, they don't detect encrypted traffic. Mm-hmm. They don't inspect. And so what ends up happening is through trusted traffic that's going in and out of their environment, that's information that they're missing that could potentially be bad. And without having a good grasp of their keys and certificates in their environment, they don't know what information that could be potentially leaving their organization. And in some cases, it's been a very eye-opening event, and they're realizing a lot by the time we end the meeting that the attacks on trust is real. And they're understanding or realizing that they're vulnerable.
I know in a recent publication that we published, a white paper we published with Gartner, the SSL threats, Gartner estimates that less than 20% of organizations actually inspect SSL traffic. From your perspective in the meetings you've been having, what does that look like from what you've seen?
There's very few that do inspect, and those that do inspect only inspect traffic going to certain parts of, in and out of certain parts of their network. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult because you're having to decrypt and re-encrypt as it goes back out. So it's very time consuming from a latency perspective. At sometimes, especially if there's a lot of traffic going in and out of your network, the amount of latency can be noticeable.
So they don't even have full visibility.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
It would be bandwidth and prohibitive to inspect everything going in and out that's encrypted.
So that's interesting. If you say it's bandwidth prohibitive, what would the next best thing really be then? If you can't inspect all of the SSL traffic, what would the next best thing really be?
First thing you have to know is what are all your keys and certificates in your environment, mm-hmm. SSL, SSH, et cetera. And once you have a good inventory and understand that, then you have a good known trusted state. Mm-hmm. And what we talk about is once you know your trusted state, then you know what traffic can go in and out of your environment. And you can inspect that traffic using visibility appliances, right? Mm-hmm. But not until you have a good inventory of what you already have, right? Yeah. So then you can inspect anything that's an anomaly outside of your trusted traffic, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that does. That makes a lot of sense. Tammy, again, thank you for your valuable insight on this topic. Join us for the remaining podcasts in the Venafi CISO podcast series. Tammy, thank you for your time.
Thanks again.